Thank you very much for joining again. Part two for using input elements to save on your bubble workloads. So in this video, I'm going to show you not only if you are going to display number in a text value or in a number value. Maybe you want to use a certain element. For an example, let's use a progress bar, which is this one, a circular one. Let me just put it in the middle here. Um, Default value is 75. I just want to show you how it looks like in the front end. This is how it looks like, 75 default value. So this bar will, basically will be the amount of, percentage or a number which is on it will display there. So here's the trick. You can actually do this. This is like the default way of doing it. um, Before I proceed with that, let me show you what is going on here. um, this I want you to display NPS. NPS, the global standard for it, is like the promoters minus the detractors, and the total you get, that score in a percentage format, is what the rating is. Promote Those who don't know what is NPS, NPS is like if you are rating the experience which the customer had in a particular product or service whatsoever. They will rate you between 0 and 9, 0 and 10, I mean. And the promoters, everything, any rating which is at 9 and 10, that's a promoter. Any rating which is 7 and 8, that's a neutral. And any rating less than a 6, that's a detractor. Or 6 and less, that's a detractor. So in this video, I'm going to actually go take this information from the front end, put it in the display it in the format like this. And then, because as you see, let me go back, this will require a lot of information. So it's going to search for the promoter, then search for the detractors, and search the count for the total, everything. So it's like 3 times it's going to go to the database and try to get this information. And imagine if we're going to want this line to change color to be green, red, or orange, depending on what value is brought out. That's another additional workload on top of a workload. So I'm going to show you how to do this the most effective way. But let me first start on how generally we can do it. Basically, I'm just going to, before I do that, let me quickly just show you how the database looks like. So we are logged in as Jennifer. So Jennifer has these ratings. So basically, we're going to get all the numbers which are 9 and over to be promoters, minus anything which is 6 and less to be detractors, and whatsoever it will calculate from the front end. So let's go back. So basically, we're going to say do a search for, and then in the search for, I'm going to search on the NPS, which is the database, and then I'm going to say anyone whose name is Jennifer, or any results which has Jennifer there, is going to be Jennifer, which is the current user. Apologies. Any name which is equals to the current user, sorry, and this is rating which is greater or equals to 9. Let's, there you go. This one is a promoter, count of them, minus those which, with doing a search for again, um, any name which is equals to the current user, the person who is using the app, current name, let's see, any rating which is less or equals to 6, which will be detractors, and then count all of them, and then divide by the total. So the only difference here with the total, you just count all of them. You don't have to put any numbers greater or equals to. Let's see, current user's name, right? Count. So this is the percentage. Let me go. This one is to go into the front end, refresh. is the results. The results is somewhere here. The reason why it's so small is because that number is less than 100, because it's 0 point something. So we just simply need to multiply it by 100 to make it more suitable to be percentage format. Going back again, here's the results. So here it is. This value here is what the percentage is. But if you notice, there's nothing in the middle. It's because we removed here. And the bad thing about it, meaning that this whole expression needs to be copied and pasted here. Um, let's see, right? In order for it to be displayed in the front end, this is so is 20%. So the results of that NPS is 20%. And if you can check, just to show this element here, we have searched 6 times: one, two, three, 4, 5, 6, which is very bad. And then again, just to show you something about this progress bar, maybe I didn't show you how to get it. You simply go to plugins, and then I went to add plugins, and then I search for progress bar, and you can choose. There's many different ones which you can use. I also like to use this one as well if it's not the one I'm using. uh yeah, and this one, I think it's this the one which I'm using. But this is how you install plugins. If you want an additional video over that, I can do it separately. But if you can notice, just to show this, is only is 6 of them. Imagine if we're going to put other conditions to say if this maybe value is less than 50, make it red, which we are going to go to conditions like I did on the first video. Too much work, too much workloads, not a good thing. So the best thing for you to do, you do the same thing, which is inputs. So I'm going to do this inputs. Um, let's say this is the first input. This input will be for promoters. Yeah, input first input is going to be promoters. Change the number to be integers. Fine. Let's go do a search for just quickly go through this. I know I'll be rushing, but because I know I've done this on the first video. So current username, um, let's see. Okay, quick is greater or equals to 9. So this is the promoter. It's going to show the promoter. This needs to go in trigger disabled. So any value, guys, any value which is there you go. So any value here, this is the total count of the promoters. And then let's just copy this, paste this, and then paste this again. So let me just change now the second one. This one will be the detractors. um, yeah, cool. Detractors is actually everything less than 6. All right, count is fine. And then this one will be the total. Total, total, it doesn't need to have this. It's just the total of everything. Here it is. So you might be wondering, why am I putting these values on top of each other? Look, this is a nice thing about bubble. You can actually hide this value can be pulled on the front end. The user cannot even see it, but you hid them. So all these values I'm going to use in the calculations going here, I just clear this, and then let me clear this as well. So I'll just simply say input the first one, which is pros value, minus um, the detractors value, um, divide by the totals value, multiply by 100 to make it uh, look more like a percent. Copy this here, we paste it here, and then just to add an icon there for percentage. Yeah, see, oh sorry, percentage I think I have to remove this space here. Cool. So if you have noticed now, let me just quickly um, show again how it looks like. The number won't change here. It doesn't change, but it's no longer doing a search for inside here. These values are showing because this is like the results for these inputs. But what I can do, I can just simply hide them. Don't load when the page is opened and then collapse when hidden, so that it won't show that there's a certain missing element there. Okay, all of them. Let's do it to all of them. Um, Refresh the page again, and the page will load. Those things are hidden. It's just okay. Let me just to give you more confident to show that they're hidden, because that board might think that they're still occupying a space. See, they are hidden, right? But they are given the values. Just to make an example, if I can go to the database and then let's change one of the values to be, let's say this one, change it to be a promoter, which is like maybe a 9, save it. When I quickly see, then you see it's jumping. And this element is actually getting the information from the inputs which are hidden when the page is loaded, but they are not being neglected. The app itself can still see those hidden elements and take information from it if you command it to, which is a great thing. And the great thing about it, if you are going to come here to conditionals, let me go back uh, and do those nice thing and say if uh, uh, this option. Okay, let me just quickly do it for you quickly. uh, Let me get, oh, sorry, input. Okay, let me just paste it here. So this input, which will be, I want this to be a decimal. It's much better if it's like a decimal. So let's get it. So initial value is going to be the input pro. See, I'm not going to the database. This information is now within me. I don't have to do a lot of searches in the database. The database will search once and everything will get for me. So input minus divide by, let's go total. Um, do I need to multiply this by 100? Okay, let me do that. Multiply by 100. I can even change decimal to percentage, but it's fine. Let's do it so that there's no confusion. So this value itself, this one, it is going to display what you call like uh, the TMPS itself, right? Um, let's go. See, this value here is like the TMPS itself, but I'm going to use this one to reference the colors, or use it as a reference when I want to change the colors. For an example, this one is, I can say NPS, this is the NPS copy. I can just quickly say, look, if NPS value is uh, greater or equals to 50, right? Let it be green. Color should be green. And this color, where is it? Let's say the border highlight color or secondary. Okay, let's say the border highlight color. Let it be green. Let's see. See, it changed. So same thing, copy, paste. Let's say if this one is great is less than 50. Can I say less than 50? Let me say less than um 35 maybe. Let's say it's less than 35 should be red. Let's see, right? And then again, let me make this default color to be orange. So anything between 35 and 50 will be orange. So um, going this side, you will notice that nothing will change, but I can just quickly go and change. Let's make this one to be a detractor. You will see immediately when I do that, see the color change. This is brilliant, guys. Um, let me say, let me give it again to be like a 7 maybe. Let's see if it, see, it's 40, because it's between 35 and 60. The color is changed. And all of this is coming from here, guys. The value is this one, but we don't want that to be displayed on the page. It's the same thing. Don't forget, guys, when you're using input elements, just put the to be disabled so that no one can just click there and change it. But in this case, we are also going to have this um, hidden, so it won't show when the page is displayed. Let me just refresh. So that element won't be there, but the value which this is feeding from, it is be displayed. Let me just quickly change one more thing. This is the NPS score, guys. i- Input elements, a great way to save on workloads, as I've highlighted even on the previous video. And in addition, you can even hide them and have your elements feed from them, get information from them. As you can see, this, if I didn't use the input elements, it was going to pull like 12 times, just to be honest with you, because it was going to pull when you do 3 times here, pull again when you display the text here, and then we go to conditional format, pull again here 3 times, another 3 times. So it was going to be like 12 times visiting the database. In this case, we reduce it to only go to the database only 1, 2, 3 times. This one doesn't count, it's just feeding off to these three which has already been added there, and they are hidden. So a lot of hidden elements which you can use, input elements in your data, in your applications. You might never know which result you will need to use again in the front end, which there's no need for you for the app to go and get it at the database again. Use input elements, you can even hide them. Thank you very much for joining. If you have any questions, or if you're not clear about anything, just leave a comment there. I'll try to get to it. I know someone left a comment on the other videos of the navigation menu. Apologies, I saw it late after a couple of months, but this time around, I promise you guys, I'll try to upload a video maybe once a month, or in every 2 weeks. It depends on my schedule as well, but I'll try to get to them. Thank you very much for joining. If you have anything you want to let me know or teach me, if I'm missing something, use the comment section, guys. Let's actually help each other into battling these workloads. As you all know that they are very much costly if you are building an app and you are trying to expand the business and expand the user base, and but this is some of the tricks which you can use. Thank you very much for joining. I'll come back with another trick maybe in a couple of weeks. Cheers.